Well, hey everybody, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth news update. It's been a while. It's been a little while since the very last time that I had the opportunity to come in and speak with you. But what I want to share with you today is an article that I just happened to see here recently on Facebook, and it is in regards to Rush Limbaugh's sidekick. Now, I don't have his name and everything committed to memory, but I do remember reading bits and pieces of the article. And the article was speaking very frankly about the fact that if anybody who knows about Rush Limbaugh or knows who Rush Limbaugh is and what he's all about, he is an ultra-conservative talk show host, and many times he's been known for having some very controversial things that he discusses and that he talks about. But the sidekick made a comment, and this is where paying attention to the whole is more important than the part, because generally what is the case is the part is what is more discussed than the whole itself. And so the part that was discussed, that was focused upon, was the fact that I wanted to be known that the sidekick for Rush Limbaugh is a black man. And he made a comment that segregation, the days of segregation were the good old days. You heard me. That the days of segregation here in America were the good old days. Now, what people will have a tendency to do is they will know about Rush Limbaugh and what he believes and what he discusses and what he thinks, and they will make it a point that, oh, this guy is in Rush Limbaugh's hip pocket. He is he's a sellout. He's an Uncle Tom. But when you get deeper into the article and you hear what the man had to say, because I know many people just caught the title, and when they caught the title, they made a lot of their comments according to the title and not according to the substance of the article and what this gentleman was saying. Well, the point that he was making, he was saying that for black people in this country, during segregation and that separated time here in the United States, blacks in this country were forced to have their own banks, have their own businesses. Basically, they were separate but had to create their own way of existence. And during that time, that is when those separated businesses, black from white, was very strong in this country. But then once integration came about, that all changed. Someone else had the majority of the ownership, even in what was formerly the separate areas. So what the gentleman was basically saying is that it was the good old days for economic strength in the black community, but people just look at who he's affiliated with and what the person he's affiliated with, their views or their perception of their views, and they started blasting this gentleman. It's important to understand and to realize and know that during that time, it didn't matter whether we were separate or whether we were integrated. The feelings of some people towards another group of people was still the same. Just because the laws allow us to be integrated and work together, eat in restaurants together, frequent the same entrances and exits of businesses and use the same bathroom, so forth and so on, and there's not a colored and a white bathroom or drinking fountain or part of the restaurant, it doesn't change how people feel about another group of people. So I would just caution anyone that when you're looking at these posts on Facebook and you see the part, most of the time the title, that you do a little bit more investigation on what you're seeing and get more understanding before you begin to spout off and pop off, because social media has a horrible habit of people doing that. They see a part and they speak on it as though they know what's going on, and unfortunately they won't even retract it, even if they find themselves to be in the wrong. Well, I thought that this is what it meant, so that's the reason why I made this or that comment. The simple truth of the whole matter is that you have to be cautious of what you're going to speak on. And what I mean by being cautious, you should have at least an understanding of what you're going to speak on before you give your full opinion or your full comment on what you believe something to be. This has been The Simple Truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll be sure to see you, and you again on another episode real soon.